forum. Does anybody have anything for open forum?
I do.
It's me.
Vicky, a few weeks ago you indicated that you were tired of the wind turbine conversation every week. A moratorium would give us all a break and a period of time to consider the effects of the Diamond Trail project. Will you agree to a discussion on a moratorium on industrial wind energy projects?
Not at this time.
Can you tell me why?
We just don't think it's necessary.
Can you give me a reason for why you don't think it's necessary?
I have no more further comment.
Thanks. Kevin?
It's not really, during open forum, you're not really supposed to ask individual board members questions.
Okay,
So if you
well,
would
I'll ask the whole
Just ask
group.
the board as a whole and you'll be fine.
Will you consider a discussion on a moratorium?
I'm not interested in it. I am not.
I don't think anybody on the board's interested at this time.
I'd
Yeah.
like to know why.
We have an ordinance in place already and it seems to be handling everything, so.
No, that ordinance is an open door. You put a cap of 200 turbines on it. The Diamond Trail is 78 projects or turbines. Can we just see what this project is gonna be like before other projects get started in the county?
We have nobody right now that's even entertaining the idea of putting any up, so.
That wasn't what I was asking about. I was asking for a moratorium in case there is a project going on that you are unaware of.
Yes, and the board's not interested in that at this time.
Why not?
They're just not.
I would like to
We're
hear a
moving on.
reason.
We have other things to do now.
No, this is important.
I understand that you feel it's important, and the board thinks it's important too, and that's why we put an ordinance in place.
I would like discussion on a moratorium,
We've had discussions at length.
not on a
So,
moratorium.
Yeah, we have, and nobody's ever been interested. in
You
a
don't
moratorium.
discuss at the meetings. You talk,
We just had a discussion,
Not
and
on
no
mor-
one is interested in a moratorium.
but you didn't give reasons. Vicky didn't give any reasons. You didn't. Kevin,
We have
Bruce?
there's a limit of 200 windmills at the present time. Right now, it'd take over a year and a half to start any windmill project, which would be the 18 months anyhow.
I didn't ask for an 18-month. I asked for a moratorium.
That-
Ellie asked for a 18-month moratorium every week.
Right,
I just would like an indefinite moratorium.
correct, yes.
But any moratorium would be helpful so that we understand what the Diamond Trail project is gonna be like before anything else happens.
And we differ in opinion, so that's where it ends.
I would also like to add, I think that it's, you talk about, Kevin, how it takes 18 months to get a project going, right? So in essence, you think that a moratorium wouldn't change that. But when a project is started, yeah, it may take 18 months, but it's started, that company's investing money, then, you're liable if you do something that interferes with their project's success. So I think that statement, to me, is technically false, because a moratorium would stop them from starting their project for 18 months. So then it'd be another 18 months afterwards that they would actually be in place. So I think that's something to consider too, that a moratorium could actually offer some benefit over just waiting for the 18-month period for a project to get its balls rolling.
Thanks. Does anybody else have anything else for open forum?
I do. I just want to, I want to take this time to thank the Iowa County Supervisor for passing ordinance 32 draft 2. I am sure it was a well thought out decision when you cast your vote with all the publicity, hype, hysteria, facts, and even personal accusations made against some of you. I'm proud of you all for standing firm in your beliefs on how this wind energy project would benefit of all Iowa County residents, whether it be through increased tax base, increased employment, extra money spent in Iowa County at local businesses, or my most cherished, protecting property rights. But no one should forget that you also voted to approve a green energy project that will benefit everybody that uses electricity. Who doesn't? And in many meetings, blogs, and editorials that pertain to this ordinance, it has been addressed to think about the children and grandchildren and how it will affect them. I, as well as most of the people I associate with, always do think of them and their future. My ancestors moved to Iowa County in 1863 and have been on the same farm since 1881. We have seen many changes in rural Iowa through all of these years. I feel to be successful, whether it be a business or life, you must constantly embrace and accept change. You as supervisors have, and I applaud you for that. Thank you.
Does anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to say I echo everything Dale just said. My husband is a seventh generation farmer in Iowa County. He is still farming some of the original ground that's been in the family for generations. I've supported the project from day one. Again, I echo his statements about property rights, and I feel that your setbacks are protecting everyone and still allowing for growth if that is what's in the future. Like I said, I don't have a doomsday attitude towards climate change, but we really need to be steering towards renewable energy. I might even actually have a problem with the 200. I mean, I would almost think in the future, let's see what the 200 do, and there may be room for more, you know. I mean, that's down the road, but I agree. I mean, every week I read in the minutes that somebody's asking for a moratorium, and this has been talked about, you know, to death. We don't need to study the 77 turbines in Iowa County. We can look to Powashik County. We can look to other counties. And there is not this discord in Powashik County because there is not a group like this here or over there. So.
Okay. Does anybody else have it? Karen?
Yeah. I'm leaving Iowa County. I've been here, my family's been here way past 1860. The way I have looked at all the medical, Europe is lowering them, Europe is setting them back. I think we're behind the times when we look at the medical facts. My dad had heart problems. I might be facing high blood pressure and heart problems. I have 2 kids, special needs. Your setbacks for the infrasound and for the limb. I live 10 within 8 miles. I could completely avoid the courthouse, all businesses, and everything, and possibly stay there at the farm. But if they interfere with the TV and the cell tower, I have nothing. Nothing. There's no reason for me to stay. I pulled my kid out of the school district. He's now going to Romana. This is how firmly I believe that we have not looked at the medical. You have only given us what was written, and those are peer-reviewed studies. What I had was peer-reviewed studies. I handed it to you. It was 40 years that there are health effects. So, you know, I have to tell my 96-year-old dad we have to leave the farm for our safety.
Thank you. Denise?
I think the Madison County Board of Health has said that wind turbines are a health issue. I think the Iowa Soybean Association recommends 1.5 mile setback. I think this board listened to what Mid-American wanted over what the citizens of this county wanted. And I just heard last week from somebody from Powashik County that is totally unhappy with the wind turbines there. And they had people come to visit, and they told me that the people that came to visit asked, do you live next to an airport runway? Because it sounds like jet planes out there. And they had to tell them, no, that's the wind turbines. And their wind turbines were 1,720 feet from their house. And those turbines are smaller, shorter than the turbines that are coming here. And you know, when you ask what's the difference between a 400-foot turbine and a nearly 600-foot turbine, well, what's the difference between a Mack truck and a Mini Cooper? You know, one makes a lot more noise than the other. It just makes sense to believe that the bigger the turbine, the more noise, the more shadow flicker. And if you look at all the studies, it says setbacks, setbacks, setbacks. It's location, 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 just like with what the realtors and your local realtors here have told you, that is already impacting house sales, the sale of their houses. They can't sell them, buyers are pulling them. So I know you have all the facts because I gave a lot of them to you. And some of the solutions are very common sense and easy, but I feel like this board has just ignored them, and you have failed to do your duty to protect the citizens of this county.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Do you believe that it was the CEO? I don't know, it was in Europe, and he said that the only way, it was either former, I'll get you the facts, it was the only way to safely keep people safe from the infrasound, from the low frequency noise that goes through the buildings, goes through your bodies, is a larger setback.
Okay, thanks. All right, it's 9:15, so we're gonna move on to the engineer. Nick, come on in. Thank you all for your comments.